Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this one, we are going to be talking about some huge news. Shout out to K, shout out to Rhys, man. So Rhys has actually just confirmed some big news, and it's the fact that Veve is being marketed. We already know Veve has marketing. It has a marketing strategy and stuff like that. But as it currently stands, it's just really been organic because the organic strength is just that strong. But Rhys has actually confirmed that Omi has its own separate marketing strategy that's going to come out when it's time. So he's basically explaining how it just made more sense to focus on Veve first. And I mean, I've been saying this for months. I've been letting you all know the reason that I feel that way. But coming from a business space, it does. It makes more sense to just focus on the business first because that's the hard part. If you look at something like SafeMoon, and you look at how they come out with a token, it blows up, and how they just pull something out of their butts and just like, oh, let's add a bunch of utility. You see how easy it is to do that with the crypto space. So you got to focus on really the hard part first, and that's really securing Veve. So let's dive into it. It's going to be exciting. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, let's get into it because there's a lot of interesting stuff here. So we're going to be checking out this part.
For Tokidoki, advertise on his socials. So every brand and license, you know, there's press releases to go out, there's press spots that could happen.
Yeah.
All of that news dissemination to the point where, especially now with Marvel, people are watching what we're doing, you know, and so any release that does get mentioned or goes out, I'm expecting to bring more eyeballs to the space and spread further and further, right? Because we're the only guys doing it. You know, we're the only one with these kind of licenses. So Rogers and Cohen absolutely help with those kind of things.
Yeah.
Getting us into the press and into the mainstream. News spots and things like that with Dan and David. And then the marketing campaigns will start, I mean, really when we need them, I guess. If we exhaust the audience and the user base, you know, if we slow growth and things like that, that's when I would expect to start seeing a more holistic marketing rollout. But we also have, that's just on the Veve side, right? And then
here we go.
We will be running campaigns on the crypto side to bring people to the token.
Oh, fantastic. Loads of people have been asking me about that. They keep saying, you know, this is good for Veve, like, you know, the Marvel stuff, but, you know, they're genuinely, like, a lot of people, obviously, because I talk to you guys, I stay really well connected in the community. I'm like kind of, you know, I'm okay with everything that's happening, but there are people who, you know, put maybe quite a lot of money near all-time high prices, and they're just worried that Ecomi isn't like focusing very much on the token. I mean, we know it's coming, like it has its own time to kind of happen, but, you know, that it's good to know that, you know, Omi token's going to kind of get marketing as well.
Yeah, I think this is big. This is one of the biggest confirmations that we have, because I think that everyone who is familiar in business and has experienced things like this before in some capacity know that, and anyone who really looks at that history and sees that they really spend a lot of time in their businesses and they do it the right way. I think this is not something that's completely unexpected, but I feel like a lot of people can get comfort in the fact that it is confirmed. They have a whole different separate strategy. Like they understand that Veve and Omi, like they both need attention. So they have a whole strategy for Omi. It's just not the right time to run that strategy right now. So this is big actually coming from them. So yeah, shout out to Rhys for announcing this. I think this is going to do a lot for the community, and it's going to help in terms of all the FUD that gets spread. Because people, like, when something big happens with Veve and the Omi price doesn't move, you always have a bunch of FUD that gets spread, like, oh, another red day. But I think this is a situation where now people know, okay, it's going to be a whole focus on this token. So once that starts, once it makes sense for that to start, this is going to go crazy. It has a chance to take off and blow up.
Because I know that Google, for example, they recently relaxed their advertising regulations for cryptocurrencies. So I think if you get registered with FinCEN, you can advertise cryptos to, like, you know, within certain extents. So I think that's going to be huge for the US, because that's literally where, you know, we just start raising awareness.
Yeah, and look, we've always maintained, you know, like without Veve there is no token, right? That's what it was before. So that had to take priority. The way we've dealt with it had to take priority, but.
And I think that distinction right there, I think that that's big, because people are not used to that in crypto. Most cryptos, you have a token with no actual product, just a bunch of empty promises, and it starts with a token. With Veve, it's actually its own thing, and that's what it's its own living, breathing, huge thing that can bring so much relevance and attention to the token. And that's huge because it's been backwards in crypto for so long that now the first company, well, one of the first companies and best companies out here doing it, Veve, is kind of changing the game, and people are going to see how effective it is to actually have a strong business backing your token, as far as just having a random token and trying to create half-ass businesses from a token. So that backwards approach, like this is why SafeMoon gets so much like shade. Like people like, okay, how are they gonna really be able to build a sustainable business from a meme token, as opposed to Veve having a real sustainable, serious business? Not many people who are logical about this are worried about if Omi is going to be valuable or not, because Veve is proving that it is valuable, which is going to bring that value over to Omi. So, yeah, at some point, like, it's going to take some time, but I mean, it's in the plans.
Going back to what we mentioned earlier with compliance, because we are a fully compliant company, and we've figured out the ways to dance that dance with the token and the product and all of that, it does give us that opportunity to begin marketing that. Now, obviously, in the crypto world, that comes with exchanges to you build your awareness in the crypto sphere with those kind of marketing campaigns, whether it's trading competitions or anything like that.
Yeah.
The more people see the Veve name and dive in and figure out the token that's backing it, the more that comes in. Now, obviously, the number one priority for that was to release that article that I just released to bring all of our token information back into place, which I guess people have probably figured out. You know, we dropped that, then Marvel came out. You know, it was very, had to be structured that way to try and put it into people's awareness. But yeah, we definitely have some influencer marketing going out to bring people up to speed on how the token interacts with the app, and why, the value propositions of holding it, compounded by the fact that, you know, over time, selling products on the app makes the token more scarce, right? So anyone who goes far enough to realize that, I hope, figures out the value proposition of the token anyway. But yeah, and you know, I said it in that article, but moving forward, you know, as the Veveverse builds out, as more people on board, and they can see that you can buy things in the market with the token, you'll wonder what that is, right? And go down that rabbit hole. We already have hundreds of thousands of people on our email lists now that we can start to walk down that path to educate them on the use of the token and what you can do with it. When accessories roll out in the store, you know, a lot of those will be available to buy with the token. And eventually the MTL, you know, you'll be able to cash in and out of gems. You'll be able to transact and cash in and out of Omi. But the longer term intention there is that if I'm a non-crypto user and I see something listed in the market in Omi, but I really want it, well, I can buy that anyway, and the MTL will facilitate the purchase of the token. So I can pay with fiat. It will actually buy the token from the exchange, give me the collectible, and then burn the token or whatever, you know. So it continues to become more integrated as we move forward.
And that, like, this is why this is so amazing, man, because they've really said this from the beginning. They've said this, but I think now that things are actually being put into effect more, people are starting to be able to see it, because it may have been confusing before. Like, I understand what it's like to really know something, and you look at something and it's completely common sense to you, but maybe if you didn't have any idea what was going on, that might be a foreign language to you. Like, for instance, looking at programming, looking at code. If you've never done it before, if you don't know anything about it, it looks very intimidating and scary. But once you learn it, you can't unsee the fact that it's easy to read what's going on. So I feel like it's one of those situations where people are really starting to wake up now and starting to realize, oh, okay, they really needed to do Veve first for this reason. So I feel like this is great. Like, I feel like the community is in great spirits right now because of people are starting to see results, and people are less scared because especially after hearing what Marvel had to say. Marvel wrote a nice article, low key. Like, that was a really nice article from Marvel, and I get that restored a lot of faith that people had as well. So, yeah, I mean, the token needs some work. We're gonna have some down days coming in the future, but I feel like people will be more willing to hold on now, like or more happy to hold on, because they know like, okay, some big stuff is coming,
and more in people's awareness. So yeah, we're going to hit it from all angles, basically.
It's fantastic. It was quite funny. I was talking to Taps earlier, Taps Trades, and he basically dubbed us like the Veve Nft, so the voluntary Veve marketing team, because we've been like talking about Veve in these like collector communities. So you've probably already seen it already. Like I kind of spoke a little bit in a kind of a Superman Facebook group, and managed to actually recruit a few people into the app, which is pretty cool. I found that Facebook people in.
All right, so yeah, this is where we're gonna end it. This is where they ended talking about the token thus far. So we're gonna have some more stuff that we talk about. I know a lot of you all don't have time to really watch a huge bulk of content. Well, long form content. So yeah, we're gonna go over some key moments here. But be sure to check out K, the homie K. He's been out here killing it. Has a great interview here with Rhys. Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. This was huge news. It's just something that I wanted to go over with you all because I feel like this is going to be very, very big for the community. So let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, homies. Peace out, Joe.